Hello, hello, hello. My name is Marcella. Welcome back to our sacred space. This is a reading for my Libras, so let's get right into it.
Another super long shuffle. Wow. I was ready for it to kick in. Okay, my Libras. How are you, my Libras?
Okay, so for the first card, you got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So the Wheel of Fortune in reverse tells me that there may have been, or there may be, a situation that kind of has you on your toes a little bit, where you're trying to think positive, but it's like, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is all about the constant flow of life. You know, with the good comes the bad, and you have these pivotal moments that teach us lessons and all of those important things. So we have to remember always that the wheel is constantly turning. So when we go through these bad times, that we have to keep the faith, and we have to understand that it's just for a moment and the good is coming, and we can't get stuck in the negative things that happen. So it's very important that you try to remain positive and try to see the glass as half full instead of half empty. And there may be some there may have been something going on where it kind of shook you in that way, where it's like you feel like you're gonna get stuck in stuck in a rut almost, where you feel like, you know, it's almost been like too many, like it's been a little too hard, and you're having trouble seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. You're having a hard time, harder than usual, seeing the glass half full instead of half empty. And it's kind of like, I'm just feeling down for a little bit, but you can't get stuck in that way of thinking, because I do see the Ten of Cups here, which is exactly the point of the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's a constant wheel that's turning. You have been going through this rough patch, but the Ten of Cups is right at the end of that. The Ten of Cups is that happy ending, that completely emotionally fulfilling ending, where it's just you're radiating happiness, you're radiating fulfillment, and you feel that sense of completion, like I did. Oops. Like everything that has happened for me to end up in this moment where I feel that sense of relief, that sense of happiness, that sense of completion. And once that moment hits, it's gonna be like one good thing after another, and it's gonna hit you all at once, where you're gonna have to learn to find a new flow and a new way of doing things, where you are prioritizing accordingly. You're gonna have a few more things in your hands to balance, but I mean, that's never a bad thing. You just have to find a new flow, find a new way of prioritizing, a new way of making sure that things are running smoothly, and you're going to be able to be successful in that, especially if you... So it's funny because you have the Queen of Swords and you have the King of Wands that came out back to back. And the Queen is telling you to be very direct, be very clear about what it is that you want to see happen, be very clear about what it is that you want, the things that your needs, your wants, you have to be very clear. Don't sugarcoat anything. It's time to really step in as someone who communicates very clearly and expresses themselves very clearly, where there's no confusion about what it is that you want or you need. There's no confusion about what it is that the next move you're making. It's very clear cut, and you're being very straight to the point. This is a time for you to just mean what you say and say what you mean, and really enjoy taking these moments to embrace yourself as a leader. And it's time to really put that best foot forward and take on that leadership role and start doing things with more intention. Start, the responsibilities will start getting packed on, and that's where you're going to really have to find yourself prioritizing and finding a new flow of doing things. But you're going to be able to do that because of how clear you're going to be communicating, and how your leadership is just going to be amplified even more. And by you entering this new stage in your life, this new happy moment, this new chapter that you are beginning to write for yourself, it has put an ending to the old chapter. So I say that because you have the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords could, that card usually, what it usually means is an ending, or some kind of, it could be a literal backstabbing that ends a relationship or a friendship or a job, or just an ending to a situation. However, I'm getting a very strong feeling here that this is the ending because of this. It's one door closing and another opening. And I say that because you started off with the Ten of Cups, and then the Ten of Swords popped up. So, and not only did the Ten of Swords pop up, but the Death card also popped up. So this is, the Death card is you transforming and you shedding an old you shedding that old skin, and you really coming into your own and accepting this new way of doing things, this new way of being, this new way of this you coming into this new light, this new chapter that you're writing. You are finally able to put an end to your old story and open up into this new story that you're trying to write. And it takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of guts to change, to transform, to do new things, and to get out there and become a new person, and become more authentically you. It takes a lot of courage to do that. And that's where, you know, with the Death card and becoming this new person, the King of Swords is telling you that during this process, make no apologies to anyone about what it is that you have to do and what it is that you have to communicate to the world, and how it is that, you know, this new you that you're going to be seen as and perceived as. Make no apologies for this new person that you're becoming. And I mean, with you got the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, this is a time to be very, very clear and very direct, and not sugarcoat anything, and not fall back to any old habits or old ways of being. This is you embracing the new you, and embracing that transformation and staying true to that transformation, and being very clear to others, and communicating in a way where others are seeing this change and seeing your authenticity. And, you know, that way when they do embrace you and they do show acceptance to you, you know that they're accepting you, the whole package, this new you that you are trying to put out there into this universe and into the world, and what you're trying to create in your life. You know, you want people around you that are accepting of that and uplifting. And then for your last card, you have the Five of Cups in reverse. So you're at a stage in your life where not only are you transforming, and not only are you changing into this new person, but you are no longer looking back at things that you're no longer disappointed. You're no longer seeing that cup half empty. You are able to now see it half full. You're able to just get over the loss that you have once felt, or the disappointments that you have once felt in the past. You are now getting over this. You're getting over that hurdle. You're moving past that. This new you that you have become has allowed you to just shed that skin as well, and understand that that's a thing of the past, and there's no need to fret on it anymore. There's no need to put any more energy into it. There's no need to have that conflict, that internal conflict. There's no need for that anymore. And you're done. You're over it. You are transforming, and this is whatever has happened in the past has happened in the past, and you are now coming into this new understanding. And that's a beautiful thing. So let's pull some oracle cards for you.
My Libra. And let's see.
Okay. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light to fit in? And that's exactly what the King of Swords was trying to say. Don't dim to fit in, and be authentically you, and be very clear about who you are, this new you that you're coming into. Make no apologies for that. Don't dim your light to fit in. And Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Hello. You are being called to lead right now. So embrace that energy. Okay, my Libras, this was a wonderful reading. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and comment down below. And I'm not focused, and it's distracting. I love you guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.